Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. Now, this is the finale, Reasonable Doubt on Hulu, which is season 2. I hope. Oh, it's got to be a season 3 because it has garnered so much attention. I mean, a lot more people are reviewing this show. I am just like, I'm excited about the show, actually. It is so good. And it has so many elements of, Los Angeles that I grew up in, so, I'm just a West Coast cutie, just loving every bit of it. Now, let's see. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like it. Subscribe to it if you haven't already. Now I need about 884. Let me double check because I think it was. Let me check my subscribers list because I'm always begging for subscribers, child. I'm trying to get my earnings up now. Let's see what my subscribe. Yeah, I only need 884 more subscribers, y'all. It seems like a lot, but I have come through a lot in the last month with gaining subscribers, so it's just really good. So if we keep doing this, I could have it, in a couple of months. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. I'm over here knocking them out. I have so many videos up for y'all to watch. Go ahead and review Real Housewives. We got Selling Sunset with my girl Erin. Also with my girl Erin, we are doing Drag Race. What else? The Equalizer on CBS with Queen Latifah. That's a real good show. It's season 5 now. So I should have kept up with the review. But life be life and things be happening, and a girl is on the move. So I'm back in it for real this time. So ain't nothing gonna change. I'm gonna still review that show. What else? So we got Bravo, more Real Housewives is coming through. Beverly Hills is coming out. Married to Medicine is coming out. What's the other show? Atlanta's coming out. Potomac just came on. NYC just came on. OC about to go off. All of them I'm reviewing. So come on through and check them out, y'all. What else going on? That's about it. Oh, Star shows. Tariq and them just finished. So I think we're going to get Tommy and them coming through. Who's next? Who they say is next? I forget. But yeah, what's the people called? P Valley coming through. So yeah, I'm your girl. Look, come here for the review. I'm your girl for all the shows that's coming out and popping. Now let's see. Where we leave off. So Jax is telling Shannelle she knows who, murked JT. Because for the longest, Jax has been feeling like Shannelle didn't do it. Even when she confronted Shannelle previous episode, I know you didn't do it, girl. So you might as well tell me who did it. And then Shannelle tried to jump raw talking about what, you don't believe me? You can believe those N-words that you be screwing as clients. Talking about Damien, child. That's messed up. Now, Damien was fine now. I'm going to keep saying it. Damien was fine. But that was a little low, Shannelle. But she's just trying to convince, JT, not JT, child. JT damn gone. Trying to convince Jax that she did do it, but Jax just don't believe her. So after hearing all of that from Jax, again, Shannelle is remembering the day that JT left this earth. And come to find out, we find out, look, come to find out, we find out that it was Natasha, her stepdaughter, JT's first daughter, with Ebony, the first woman that he got pregnant. And now this is accurate. This is the most accurate accounting that we have as a memory that Shannelle has given us. They're going off. She's planning to leave. He comes back early. She's trying to go. He starts beating her up, and he's choking her out, telling her that he about to, take her off the set. Then all of a sudden, we see somebody hit him over the head with something. Child, hit him so hard, knocked him out. Come to find out, again, it was Natasha. So Natasha's scared, hyperventilating, and so Shannelle gathers her together, told her to change her clothes, go back to her dorm. I didn't know Shannelle was this old. I thought she was younger anyway. So Shannelle just gathered her together. Shannelle is like, oh, she went immediately into mommy mode, mommy bear mode. Okay, I cannot let my daughter go through this, so I'm just gonna have her go home, and I'll just do whatever I can to take the rap for it. And that's why Shannelle has been all over the place about things. So she has Natasha just pretty much just drills in her. You were never here. Go back to your dorm. Don't even think about this. Everything's gonna be okay. Natasha's worried about her. She's like, "Don't worry about me." Shannelle thinking he dead, girl. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But yeah, so Shannelle is just trying to cover up everything that Natasha did. She even tried to wash Natasha's clothes with all the blood splattered on it. Then she said, "No, it's better I'll leave it on my body," because they both the same size, pretty much. Shannelle is real tall and skinny, and Shannelle is and Natasha's a little short, little thick thing. So the clothes worked. So pretty much that's what happened. Natasha's the one who took him off the set. And then while all that trying to cover up things, that's what took so long for Shannelle to call Popo and also call Jax, talking about, she even took JT off the set, child. Woo, baby. Then Corey and Jax presents all the evidence of Shannelle's innocence to Lucy, the DA Lucy. But DA Lucy's like, tell me hours before we go back in the court, you want to present this to me now? Girl, boom. So that pretty much left them out in the wash. So they just got to rely on the jury to see what happens. So Lucy disregards it. She's like, but girl, boom. Then Jax gets a call. She's checking her voicemail, and Lewis' baby was born, and she waits in the waiting room with Lewis, and then days go by. Lewis is visiting the baby, and she's just feeling a little, out and just a little lonely, but she understands that Lewis got to be there for the baby because she signed up for it. She said she want him, baby and all. Not me, but okay. Then Jax comes clean with her mom about the baby. Her mom was pretty, okay with it, because we all know can't nobody be more mad than a person involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much more mad can her mama be if Jax is telling her with a smiling grin and she in it for the long haul? Well, if that's your step back, whatever you call it, baby, then that's my grandbaby. You know what I'm saying? I know, you just got to deal with your kids' decisions. Ooh, that's got to be a difficult something. I don't know what I do if, I ain't even going to wish that on my child. Ooh, no. But, whoever my child claim is who I claim. If that's your baby, that's my baby grand. So that's it. That's all. What else happened, child? Then Shannelle comes in for the verdict. Everybody's coming in, the verdict's in. Jack's been working out last couple of days, and and everything is just moving right along. They're just waiting for them, waiting. So the final verdict comes in, and Shannelle is innocent of murder 1, but guilty of manslaughter, and they take her in. And all Jax could see is Damon when they took Damon away 16 years ago when she lost his case for the first time. Oh, poor thing. Well, it is what it is, child. It is what it is. Mm, mm, mm. So, Jax is hurt. She crying and carrying on. Lewis comes in the back and she crying to Lewis. She, tugging on Corey. Corey's letting her know everything going to be okay. And Corey thinking what he going to do with his other client who fired him, but he really ain't got no client, but he got a client. So he's just, going through the motions. Everybody's going through the motions. So then after Jax pulls herself together, she goes to visit DA Lucy and pretty much reads her for filth. Bringing up how Lucy and her ex, how she went through a DV situation with the dude who was stalking her, ended up being her son's father, and how could you, knowing what you went through. But DA Lucy saw it a different way, and pretty much Jax had to hit her with the race card. Well, it's easy for you when you are of the privileged kind, but when it's us, knowing all the statistics, it's harder for us to go through the motions and get some type of retribution or a positive remedy. But yeah, she told her where to go and how to get there. So next thing that they're going to go through, the next court date is the sentencing. Ooh, child, that's going to be rough. Woo! Mm, mm, mm. So Jax pleads for her, for dear Lucy to recommend a lighter sentence. And we gonna see, because child Shannelle is up a creek with no paddle. So as she's coming home and everything, Lewis texts. He's staying a little later with the baby. The baby's name is Jaden. And then Jax is outside smoking, and then she realizes that she got to stop smoking. But in the midst of her realizing that, she has some, hallucinations of Damon talking to her. And, pretty much Damon is explaining to her that it's not her fault. And it's pretty much about her, guilt of karma that she's dealing with, and how, she needs to get back on her ish and, be the exemplary attorney that she has been. She had a couple of losses according to the win-loss sheet that her assistant has been keeping, but she needs to just keep her head on a swivel and take care of business, as Damon called her, Fairfax. Because she went to Fairfax High School out there in LA, child, near Beverly Hills. Anyway, what's going on? So now, Jax went to go see the baby, child, by herself. And it was just her and Toni, and she, meaning Jax, offers herself to Toni as a support system, a genuine support system. That baby was so tiny, it can fit in your hand, child. Like from the head to the tail can fit from the top of your finger to your wrist, and the legs kind of dangled over your wrist. Oh, that baby was so tiny. A friend of mine had a baby 1.2 ounces, 1.6. I mean, the story my friend told me about her and just the whole ordeal, I couldn't imagine. And to see that baby like that, and I think she had her at 26 weeks, even smaller than that. She said the whole body could fit in a palm of her hand. Can you imagine? Now the daughter got a family, having babies, just had one a couple of months ago. I've been to her wedding and seen her grow up since, I met her when her baby was in middle school, junior high school. Just seeing her grow up and have a family and go to prom and everything. It's just like, oh, you was just teeny Amy when you were born. Child, just to see that is just remarkable. Won't he do it? So yeah, Jax is offering herself as a support system to the baby, and Toni explains to Jax about her motherly instinct and how she's going to do whatever it takes to be the best mom, protecting and everything. Jax gets it. Jax is a mother. And just like she told Toni, don't be messing with my man about this baby. Now we all in it. So just get used to it. And it is what it is. Everybody has a stake in this, especially Toni, the mother. Oh, baby. So next we see Lucy child. Now it's really getting good. So Lucy has a meetup with her ex at the coffee shop. This the same coffee shop she been seeing cops coming through, colleagues coming through. So she feels comfortable there, right? So she has her phone on a table face down, and pretty much she tells him to drop the custody suit. It's over for you. I mean, once you leave town, and the dude gets mad, and then he looks at her phone, realizes she's recording him, and then he starts to abuse her. He starts to hit her and everything, and putting her face on the table, and that's when the cops come through. The usual and customary cops that come through for their morning coffee happens to see what they're doing and arrest him. And she's like, "Well, don't forget to check his rap sheet, and don't forget to call his PO because of what he just did." I know that's right, Lucy. And the officer was like, "I know it's pretty good to have friends in certain in particular places. So you all right?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." I know that's right, dear Lucy. I mean, you do what you got to do. I know if I was her, I'd do the same damn thing. I would sacrifice myself in a calm and respectable place, not at home, not at the corner. No, in a place where some people come through that can take care of business. That's how you do it. Well, now we back at the courthouse, and now we're looking at Shelly and Chris. They in the car, and they're there for moral support, of course, for the sentencing for Shannelle. And that's when Shelly tells Chris about the plan Shannelle has been protecting Natasha, and that Shelly knew about it all along. Ooh, that made Chris even madder, because now it's an added insult to injury. You mean to tell me you knew about her lying about doing this, and you put our house up for this? Girl, I'm shaking my head. Girl, bye. If I was Chris, bye, heifer. It's over. It's over now. You did me wrong. It's over now. Hey, yeah. As Luther sang, not me. Luther, it's over now. Ooh, see, you gonna put my house up and then tell me this bullshit. Anyway, next ain't even about me. It's about this show. Sentencing is difficult, child. You know, they in the court. Jax gives some type of impact statement. The DA's office is trusting that the judge will give you know, their just due sentencing. They trust the judge to do what she gonna do. They're very, secure in a win. So it is what it is. And lo and behold, now the DA recommends 11 years minimum. Like I said, Jack speaks up, and then lo and behold, no jail time. Time served. She gonna be on what's that thing called? She gonna be in a little halfway house for a minute, and for a quick minute, and then she's just gonna be on parole and probation, and just checking in, and just going to a battered women's therapy, all the things that would allow her to be at home, enjoy the money, hello, all the millions that she has waiting for her, and to take care of her kids, considering she's been through a horrible ordeal. And unfortunately, a life was lost, but it was his fault. Ooh, pretty much. Woo, that JT Mama Mavis was mad as fish grease. You can see the steam come out of her wig. So she took the young girls and left the courtroom immediately, while Shannelle was hugging her lawyers and hugging her friends and just crying and in ecstasy. And child, good for them. We all know what happened. We all know what happened. And then while she's getting released from the jail in the back, she's hugging her girlfriends again. And then Adrian shows up and he's letting her know what's going on with me and you. She's like, not a damn thing. And she broke his heart. It wasn't that quick, but she got the car. It was like, deuces, see you when I see you, which won't be soon. Went back to her girls. They're going to get something to eat and go back to the hism. I know that's right. Lewis's game is a success. He gets a call that he needs to come because I'm from Toni. He got to rush to the hospital. And then he leaves a message for Jax as Jax leaves all her girlfriends and everything. She gets back in the car and finds that little Jaden is going on to glory. Oh my goodness. Good grief. Mm, mm, mm. Then we see DA Lucy talking to her son about his dad, what happened back then about him pretty much, DVing her, buying a pow pow, about to go take her off the set, but he was stopped for a DUI, which pretty much saved her life. And that's why he's been in jail all this time. And then he came back and now he's back, pretty much violated his probation and he's back in the pokey. And her son was like, why didn't you tell me? She's like, listen, I'm telling you now, you was a kid, but now that you're older and you're having certain expectations, it's time for me to let you know what's going on. And he just hugged her and wished her, them well and said, well, he didn't say this, but pretty much he was like, fuck that man. I mean, he was like, Mama, it's me and you. I'm gonna ride with you all this time. It's me and you. So whatever he owns, what he owns, and that's that about that. Next, we see Lewis. He back at the hism, and you see Jax is getting the bed ready, and then you hear some whimpering in the back. I'm like, what's all that? Child, is Lewis crying. Child, he crying over the baby, and so she's comforting him in the bed, and he was just like, I just can't believe he's gone. Held him until he took his last breath. But then he started feeling guilty because, before he wished that the baby was never here. And he's kind of relieved considering everything involved. But, that's, she was like, I know, knowing that's how she really felt. You know what I'm saying? She never said it, but it is what it is, child. We all know. But, poor baby, he was born so early and, just didn't look good. Poor baby, poor baby. So then Shannelle comes home. Kids is with Mavis at the house waiting for her. And then she kicked Mavis out, tell her, even though Mavis mentioned, well, we're all family and I expect to see my grandkids on a regular basis. Shannelle was like, look, bitch, we ain't family. Them kids is. So I'll make sure to have them at your house at a respectable date and time and never come back to this one. Get the fuck out. I know that's right. Girl, she didn't use her foot. She should have. Anywho, Lewis visits Toni, brings flowers. He's real, compassionate, a little fumbling over himself. And Toni's full of spring on with a fume and everything. And he's like, what? What's going on? Yeah, she's telling him about the fume and she's using the picture of him and the baby as the official obituary picture. I'm like, girl, what about you and the baby? Or how about y'all two and the baby? Why is it just him and the baby? Anyway, he was telling her that he's not with it, but I wish he would have explained more like how uncomfortable it is for him and not just the fact that he ain't with it. Because, it just made it even worse for her. So she pretty much told him to get the fuck out. And that's that on that. And he had to leave. He had the type to be trying to argue with some woman in her house that, they got already a contentious relationship about. So he just, humbled himself out. And that was that, child. Next, we see Corey and, the specialist, the one that he's been working with that helped him prove Shannelle's case. And they pretty much been making Google eyes at each other. He talking about, I've never seen you like this before. She's like, oh, really? Well, what was going on? Talking about I want to take her on a date. She was like, well, she described her date, how you call her once or twice and she answers and picks up. And then they'll make plans for later. And then they'll go out on a date once or twice or more. And then they just wait to see what happens, and he was like, well, I will definitely call you tomorrow. And they pretty much, were hooking up. Okay, cute, that's cute, that's cute. So Spencer, now remember, Spencer got into that school. They got him into that school for performing arts and also a little basketball minor, performing arts major, basketball minor. And he does a great job at the school performance, a little rapping, a little singing, a little dancing. And at the end, he is recognized by a Hollywood agent type of person, and they give the parents the number. And now he got to go tell his little girlfriend, oh shoot, I'm about to be a star. It's on and popping. And then what was so sad, his sister was like, And so she's telling her dad how they've been paying a whole lot more attention to Spencer, and how she knows they really don't care about her. But the dad, Lewis, had to let her know that's not true. We love you equally and don't think that, and it's all good. So pretty much, like, she kind of felt better about it and everything. And then next, see, everything's ending, right? So then we see Corey. He's at the prison, and he's talking to Isabella, telling her she's free because of him getting Shannelle off, which he suspected he would do for his client after getting Shannelle off. That now his client is free, and it's a to do, and she's coming out of the prison, and it's all good. So she's like, okay. She's not first. She fired him, so I guess she rehired him since since he got her off, which is good. So then we see more closing. Okay, then we see Ebony and Natasha reuniting, and it's just so sweet. It's just like, oh, I can't wait for that to blossom. Now, child, next more we see Corey and the specials going out and having a good time at the different bars and everything. And next we see Shelly and Chris, child, the same therapist that Jax and Lewis was going to. And the therapist asked, do you want to continue this, or do you want to uncouple? At the same time, they said something different. Shelly said, continue in my marriage, and he said, uncouple. See, Shelly, you done effed up. He wanted a divorce, child. Chris wanted a divorce, child. And then next, the final scene of this episode, the stewards, meaning Jax, Lewis, Jax, Spencer, and what's her name? Excuse, what's the little girl's name? Nami, not girl. What's that? What's her name? Anyway, Namia. Anyway, all four of them at the house having a good time playing cards and carrying on. Then they get a knock at the door. And it's somebody trying to serve Lewis. And you know who it's going to be, child. So apparently, Toni is suing both Jax and Lewis for the death of baby Jaden. Child, where is that going? How is that going to work? Child, it gotta be a season 3. It gotta be. Well, that was it, y'all. That was it. How'd you like it? Did you watch the episodes? If not, go back and watch them. Oh, they are just so good. If not, I appreciate you watching my review of the show, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you on the next review. Bye. Ray, ray,